So my name is Lionel Berthe. I'm in charge of APAC. I'm the head of APAC for Asendia. Asendia is a joint venture company that was created in 2012 between the Groupe La Poste, the French post office, and Swiss Post, the Swiss equivalent. We are actually the subsidiary of those two companies that are specialized in providing cross-border delivery solutions in different markets outside Switzerland and France. We are based in 4 continents: North America, UK, Europe, Asia, and Oceania. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm overlooking the 3 subsidiaries we have here. One is in Singapore, in charge of Southeast Asian markets, one in Hong Kong, in charge of the North Asian market, and a couple in Oceania, one in Australia and one in New Zealand. So in the region, of course, we have the mandate to implement the global strategy of Asendia. And our vision for Asendia is to make cross-border e-commerce easy, reliable, and sustainable worldwide. So we have to follow that objective. We are coming from a background and history of being more specialized on postal solutions, mainly from China, because a lot of the cross-border e-commerce market comes from China. And our vision here is now to offer much more variety and alternative solutions. Beyond the postal solution, we want to continue to offer the postal solution, but a lot of the best-in-class last-mile B2C cross-border delivery solutions as well. And we will want to expand in new markets beyond China to be able to offer that to a more diverse type of customer base in Southeast Asia, in Singapore, of course, but also in Southeast Asia, in Australia and in New Zealand. We have started to have relationship with Anchanto now 4 years ago. At that time, we were still at the very early stage of the transformation of the company in the region. We were coming with a mail background, with a lot of processes that were paper-based and mail-related. We wanted to transform the company, and that's still ahead of us, step by step, and we started to be looking into a software provider as a SaaS, which is the technology we wanted to have, rather than relying on in-house development. To be better integrated in the local, I would say local meaning APAC, so local has to be understood as a wide region, with a company which is integrated with the e-commerce ecosystem of APAC. And Anchanto at that time was identified as a potential partner corresponding to that, and that's how we started to select Anchanto as a first beginner of the development of solutions that we were not having in our suite of solutions, which were still very mail related, to turn towards an e-commerce service provider. So we've gone through different steps in our relationship. At the very beginning, what we were trying to do was to strengthen our WMS, because we had started to become a small 3PL provider based on a very local and in-house tool that was very basic, and we were lacking a lot of interface with the e-commerce customers, with a lot of the marketplaces, a lot of the e-commerce platforms. That was really a hurdle for us to be able to offer a good level of service, and more than offer a good level of service, to expand to new customers. So WMS was the first part. WMS, and very soon after, and almost at the same time, we also had a connection with Sell-You-Seller, which is some kind of an OMS that was designed by Anchanto, with the name at that time that was Sell-You-Seller, to help us to make sure that we were having the connectivity to help any seller to be easily trying to access worldwide markets. And so we complemented that with that. What we've done after the time, we were discussing with Anchanto as a partner to try to grow together. The growth that we have had over the period has been really complicated because we have been in COVID time. So between 2019 until today, in many of the markets, we have not been able to have the diversification that we wanted to obtain because of that. There has been growth because of the COVID, but there has been a lot of new blockage that have come in the cross-border supply chain, as everybody knows. So the diversification has not happened yet. However, the founding blocks are now much better. So we've got WMS, we've got the OMS. Now we're working on the tracking platform, and we will also add a customer engagement platform. That's the 4 blocks that we have co-designed with the time, and that we will finish to implement hopefully this year, to have the set of software that will help us to be positioned as we want.